how much does it actually cost to run a sneaker store in 2025?
And how much money did you have in inventory when you first started?
Sneakers alone, I would say one thing that a lot of people do not count on when they're starting a business is those are the things that you need to run a sneaker business. They said, hey, we could do it for $10,000. I didn't have $10,000 at the time. A set of 4, I think I paid $1,000. That's almost $1,000 between cases alone. Fixtures could range anywhere from $5,000 to $7,000. You're not gonna believe it. This POS system, I wanna say I paid around. So to sum it up, guys, on a month-to-month basis, your business, at least in the sneaker world, should cost about. What's up, guys? It's the Galleria back at it with another banger video. Today we're gonna be talking about how much does it cost to run a sneaker store in 2025. Comment down below your guesses: $100,000, $200,000, $1 million. How much do you think it costs to run a full-blown sneaker operation in 2025? Let's get into this video. So before I give you guys the actual number of how much it costs to run a business, a sneaker store specifically, I'm gonna ask Alyssa, how much do you think it cost me to open up a Galleria in 2021, everything included, and how much do you think it would cost you now in 2025 if you wanted to open up the same exact business?
Well, I feel like back then the sneaker industry was way different.
Yeah,
it was a lot different. Like a Panda would cost you like $300, and like
easy.
now it's probably maybe like $150, if that.
You know, it's $100, literally.
Oh, see, I would probably say a good, like with everything, inventory, rent, light, security system, maybe a cool $140.
140,000?
I would say.
Okay, and if you were gonna open one up in 2025, what's your guess?
I feel like it'd be around the same, maybe a little less, maybe a good like 110 or something. Because I still feel like now clothes are just as like expensive, but you do have wholesale and stuff like that, so it's a little different.
$30,000 less to open up a sneaker store 4 years later.
Yeah, probably. I don't think I'd have what I had in the other sneaker store. Like, I don't think I'd have the same things.
Different years, different things are in style.
Like different brands, different clothes, different trends, things like that. But I think it would be sort of around the same price. Yeah.
Well, chat, you heard her. She said 140,000, 140 racks. 2021. You got 140 racks?
I do have 140 racks.
Sheesh. I don't got 140 racks. Comment down below how much you think it would cost to open up a sneaker store, and let's get into it.
All right, Ryan, why did you choose a mall location over a store location?
Well, when I first started the contract, I thought it was a lot less liability than opening a store outside on the street. You guys have seen those horror stories. We'll pop one up right here. Cars driving through stores in the middle of the night, 10 people running out of the car, jacking the entire store, all the shoes, all the clothes, everything that the store has. It just happened to one of my good friends in LA, Courtside Hollywood. That's the video that you guys will be seeing right here. Over $100,000 merchandise lost in a second. Guys, if you look to the left right here, we have a gate. It comes up and down. The only way we can really get robbed is if 10 people run in here and they take a couple left shoes and they take some of the displays up top. Everything else is locked up. So it is less of a liability to be inside a mall, and nobody's gonna break in overnight. There's no possible way that a car comes through the mall in the middle of the night. We're on the second story. Local authorities would be on scene within 5 minutes at most if something like that happened. You would have to break into the mall, break into the Galleria, break out of the Galleria, break out of the mall, and then go back to your store. And then go back to your car. That's like 5 things you have to do instead of just driving a car through something on the side of the street. In, out, quick job. It's just a lot less time if you're gonna rob a store inside the mall. That is my explanation of why we are inside a mall.
All right, so if I wanted to open up a sneaker store in 2025 in California, how much should I be expecting and paying a month in overhead?
So in the state of California, it's obviously gonna be one of the highest. I would say Hawaii, California, and New York, top 3 highest places. Even Florida, actually, maybe Miami. Primetime real estate, a lot of foot traffic, a lot of customers willing to spend that money. As far as us inside the mall, I would say anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 depending on your location. The more towards LA you go, you're looking anywhere from $15,000 to $25,000. You guys might think that number's not real, but I have friends that own stores in malls in LA County. All of them pay anywhere from 15 to 25. People in San Bernardino County, it's anywhere from 5 to 15,000 a month just for base rent. So we can put $7,000. We'll meet in the middle right there. Your second biggest expense is going to be your employees, anywhere from $4,000 to $6,000 a month for employees alone. We'll meet in the middle again at $5,000. So you got your rent right here, you got your employees right here, and next, you guys already know, insurance. Every business needs insurance to protect you guys. I highly do not recommend opening a business if you do not have insurance. So insurance, I would say, let's just put that at 600 bucks. I've heard some people paying 500, some people paying 800. I have a lot of friends inside the industry, so there's different numbers that I've heard all the way around. So I'll put you guys in the middle at 600 bucks per month for insurance. You cannot forget, look around guys, what do we need? We need Wi-Fi, we need lights, we need water, gas. These utilities are not included inside the mall's contract for us. So we need to pay those alone out of our own pockets. I would guesstimate that one at $1,000 a month. Those are the things that you need to run a sneaker business in 2025. Some of you guys might own stores, or some of you guys might own other businesses, and you guys might have different bills. These are the bills that I personally have that I pay for every single month in this business.
All right, so apart from inventory, rent, how much should I be expecting to buy, invest just to open up the store?
Guys, one thing that a lot of people do not count on when they're starting a business is the signage. When I started this business, I totally didn't know that I was gonna have to pay that much for a sign. Guys, before I tell you right now, guess how much I paid for that sign? They quoted me when I got to the mall. They said, hey, we could do it for $10,000. I didn't have $10,000 at the time to pay for a sign. That number was outrageous to me. Luckily, some good people walked by the store and they realized we did not have a sign. They're like, hey, we could put up the Galleria sign for you for $5,000. I was like, sweet, you got a deal. Paid them up for it. The sign looks beautiful. It's been here for 4 years now. It lasts. It's great. Shout out Paul, if you're watching this, you're the man. Guys, if you need help as well starting a business or signage in terms of the business, I can get you guys a great rate from some great people. Do not pay those crazy prices. Always shop it around and try to stretch that dollar, especially when you're starting a business. Money's gonna be tight. So apart from the sign, you guys see it. What are we? We're essentially a shoe store and a clothing store. What do people do when they want to try on shoes? Guys, they need to sit down on something. These chairs alone, we got 4 of them, and we got a white bench right behind us. The display was a little bit different when we first started. If you guys have been following the Galleria since day one, I'll pop up a picture right here of the very first benches that we had. Guys, I think I paid like 50 bucks for like 3 benches. That is all I had in the bank account at that time to purchase these chairs. But now we upgraded a little bit more. I got these Home Depot, a set of 4. I think I paid $1,000 and we had 3 of those white chairs. Actually got a pretty good deal on those too. Paid 500 bucks for those alone. And you're gonna get the carpet anywhere from, you know, 150 to 250 depending on the carpet. Next, you have to display the shoes properly, right? So we have these glass cases all around the store. There's one here, there's one over there, and there's 2 more going this way, filled with shoes, accessories, cool stuff for customers, you know, to purchase. Each one of these display cases, anywhere from 100 to 150 alone. We have some heavy duty ones as well that I paid 300 for those. You do the math, you know, that's almost $1,000 between cases alone just to display some stuff. Every store needs mannequins as well to display your clothing. You can look on Amazon yourself. Depending on what mannequin you get, it can range from $200 to $300. You're gonna need a male and a female mannequin. We had 4 of them, but someone robbed us for 2. So we're down to 2 mannequins. We got a male on that side and we got a female on this side. So every store is gonna need mannequins. Depending on what merchandise you sell, you're also gonna need to display fixtures all the way across the store, just so people, you know, can get a grasp of what items you have for sale. They don't really like looking in between the shelves, so you're gonna have to display it for them. I wanna say with labor, we did it all ourselves, so we saved on that cost. But in terms of the displays, it was pretty cheap actually. I think we got a Home Depot, we got a pack of rods, and we did it for like 100 bucks. So that was pretty sweet. Luckily, my store did not work out like this, but if you guys see right here, right behind us, it used to be an Aldo. If you guys know what Aldo is, it's like a men's and women's, I guess you could say, boutique for sneakers, kind of like Biz Cash. So it came with all of these display fixtures already. Put the shoe right on there. We'll put a picture up again of how the store used to look when we first started with a couple shoes. We didn't have as many shoes as we have now. Luckily though, you know, with growth in the business, we were able to come up. I didn't pay for all of these fixtures. It came with the store, but contractors came out and gave me an estimate. The fixtures could have ranged anywhere from $5,000 to $7,000 alone. But I did install these myself to put the clothes on in terms of the t-shirts, the hoodies, and the zippers. The zip-ups, sorry. These rods, yeah, from Home Depot as well. Maybe a couple $100 to do the whole store. So pretty good pricing in terms of that. One of the most underrated, I guess, expenses that a lot of business owners do not think about is your POS system. POS stands for point of sale. That means how you're gonna make your sales, whether it be cash, credit, debit, gift cards. Everybody needs a POS system in order to take payment, right? If a customer comes and you're charging them for $1,000 and they don't, it's not the old days, you know, you can't say, here's $1,000 cash. Nobody does that anymore. Everything's really gonna be Apple Pay, a debit card, a credit card. We have a Clover machine. I recommend you guys look into Clover. They have really good transaction fees. Transaction fees can eat up any business, so make sure you're being smart about who you choose to run your POS system. You're not gonna believe it. This POS system, I wanna say I paid around $1,000. Comes with a receipt printer. This luckily came with a store as well, so we didn't have to pay for that, but I've seen, you know, display tables go anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000. TV, I bought that myself though. We bought the TV. The TV was, I want to say we got on a discount actually at Costco. It's $750. So if I was gonna open up another store or I didn't have any of this and I was starting from scratch, realistically I would want to set around $10,000 aside to set up all the fixtures and make sure everything is very nice and well kept for the storefront. And that's just the front.
So back in 2021, when you first opened, how much money did you have in inventory when you first started?
I'm gonna give you guys two separate numbers. Obviously, we're very clothing dependent store as of now. Back then, 2021, we were very dependent on sneakers. So sneakers alone, I would say $100,000. We had about 400 pairs, anywhere from $200 to $300 on average. You guys do the math on that. It ranges to about $100,000 worth of sneakers. In terms of clothing, we are gonna pop up some photos right here, maybe around $10,000 and worth of clothes at most. We only had Essentials, Bape, and Supreme. A lot of these new brands that are popular, like Asali, SDL, Denim Tears, Hellstar, it really wasn't popping back then, so we weren't selling it. And we didn't know, you know, this location, was it gonna be very shoe dependent? Was it going to be very clothing dependent? So we kind of started off in the shoe market. It did very well, but obviously as of now in 2025, we've transitioned a lot to clothing. I would say roughly $110,000, $120,000 starting the business in terms of inventory.
Last but not least, how much should I be expecting in spending a month in miscellaneous items?
$100 to $200 at most, in my opinion. Sometimes you might get a couple broken hangers, might get a couple ripped garment bags, not very frequently, but you got to keep it account. We also have to pay to keep the store clean. You always want a store that smells very good, vacuumed properly, everything dusted. My favorite, $50 cleaning supplies a month at most, depends on how much you clean the store. We wrap all the sneakers in here, so a lot of kids do come in and they have fun, guys. They'll come over here and they'll look at a shoe and they'll be like, hey, this looks interesting. I wonder what size it is. And they'll pop it just like that. You guys heard that pop? And they go like this and they rip the whole thing. You guys look at Alyssa, she's like super mad right now. Guys, once again, I've told her 100 times, we can't hear her. So we can't hear her. She has no mic on her. So they just rip it and I give them to Alyssa, just like the pile right here. And she has to sit there and do all of them. So she has 20 minutes to go to wrap 5 pairs. She'll get it done. That's what she's the best at. I suck at wrapping. She's really good. Anyways, shout out Alyssa. So we have all these wrapped and priced at the bottom. Maybe a couple bucks every month to do a couple of those. Most important thing in my opinion though is keeping the store clean. Nobody wants to come into a store that's very dirty. Nobody wants to shop in an environment that isn't welcoming. So make sure your store or business or whatever it is that you do, make sure it's kept at the top quality because you want customers to return. Not too much in miscellaneous. I would say maybe $100 to $200 at most per month. It does depend, you know, business, you never know what's gonna happen and what's not gonna happen. So you gotta be prepared for the best and prepared for the worst. So that gives you guys a breakdown of pretty much everything. All right, so to sum it up guys, on a month-to-month basis, your business, at least in the sneaker world, should cost about $10,000 to $15,000 depending on your location. A lot of my friends more towards LA, anywhere from $15,000 to $25,000 per month. Yes, it might seem like a high number, but they have access to different clientele than we have over here in Montclair. So when you're starting a business, you might just want to think about that. Hey, I might pay more rent here, but I have different clients willing to spend more money in that city versus, hey, I still have clients here. My rent's lower, but they don't want to spend $500 on a shoe. They kind of have like a $200 budget. There's nothing wrong with it. But when you're starting a business, there's a lot of factors to consider. In terms of the business, when it first started, I started a little bit north of $100,000 to start the business. I would say now to get it done anywhere $70,000 to $90,000, you can get a good store done. Considering that a lot of stores in the sneaker world are actually rely on clothing a lot these days. not too many sneaker sales. Labubus and clothes, it sounds crazy, guys, but those are the two hottest things right now, and the cost on those is a lot less than a $300 to $400 shoe. So those are my two answers. Let me know down below, guys. What do you think of this video? Did you guys guess right? Do you want to open up a store? If you guys need help opening up a store, you know, I didn't have much help when I first started, so I would love to help anyone. If you guys need help with anything, feel free to reach out. Super dope. We're super nice people. Always willing to reach out and help any one of you guys, so just let us know. And if you guys have an idea for a video in the future, comment down below. We might pick one and do a video about it. Anyways, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate you guys for watching this video. I think Alyssa is still rapping if you want to look at her. She's super mad, guys. We're staying a little bit after hours, but that's okay because we got to do the best to stay open. Customer service A1 always. Appreciate you guys for watching this video. Gallery out. Peace.